got under the weather, Chico, but it's all right.
Oh man, oh man. Well, Buff Nation, we're finally here, and again, big apologies on my end. Direct all the hate mail towards me, getting the time zones mixed up, getting the show at the wrong time. That's all on me. So yeah, all the super chats tonight, they're going to Big Dog. If you haven't seen me before, my name's David. I talk Buffs. I'm honored to be doing a show here today with Big Dog Chico. So it really means a lot. We're going to talk about his Boulder experience coming out for the Nebraska game last weekend, how visiting Colorado was like. We're going to get in, to all the drama. I thought this was kind of going to be a little bit of a chill rivalry week, but nope, nothing is ever chill with this team, apparently. And so we got a lot to talk about. Also, looking forward to talking CSU. Maybe we can get into some recruiting, all of that. But welcome to my channel. I'm here out in just outside of Boulder, Colorado, in Northwest Denver, and it means a lot that you're checking us out. But for my viewers that have never met you, Big Dog, would love for you to give a quick introduction: who you are, what you do, what you're all about.
Yes, sir. And letting everybody know also that we're streaming on both channels. What we're doing now is myself, my man Dave, we're going to link up. We're going to do some more things together, a lot more things together. Oh, now the Smiley the Beast. We're going to do a lot more things together. Y'all going to see our two faces together, talking heads a lot more in the coming future, as we'll be talking Buff football and, of course, Coach Prime and all the news and the atmosphere, everything around Colorado football. So we want to link up together. Big Dog Chico and David Talks Buff. Big Dog and Dave, we're coming together, and what we've been doing is, like I said, just look for more to come. I got started, of course, following Coach Prime. Actually, following Shedeur Sanders as far as recruiting goes, coming out of high school, and then that morphed into Coach Prime once he became offered at Jackson State. And the thing is, I was doing some black college coaching in the middle of Alabama, down at Concordia College, which is Selma, and we played some games versus Talladega College, which was the school that Coach Prime got his degree from. Like he
Oh
said,
my!
he's an HBCU graduate. So, long story short, I was very familiar with the situation, or at least I heard that Coach Prime might be doing some online classes or something like that. And I was like, he must be getting into coaching. Shortly after that, boom, he got the Jackson State gig, and been following him ever since, been supporting him ever since. And now a lot of people are seeing what I've been saying a long time, is that Shedeur Sanders is the real deal, and Coach Prime knows exactly what he's doing, as he's been doing it for a long time. So get ready for more of what we're seeing right now, baby. Let's go.
Man, I love that, man. Yeah, I'm learning some new things too, just having this conversation with you. And I mean, man, how could you ask for a better start to the season?
Oh, man.
We talked about the TCU and that whole victory, but man, let's get into it, man. With this past week, I would love to just hear first time in Colorado, right? How was it?
Well, first time, yeah, staying in Colorado, I think. Let me see. Yeah, I think that's my first time really being in Colorado. Um, of course, we've passed through there on flights and stuff and such in Denver Airport. But first time in Colorado, beautiful scenery. Driving into Boulder, of course. And man, you guys got to excuse me. I came from Hawaii and I went there, man. As soon as I got off the plane, that cold air hit me. So I've been under the weather since I got back. And I actually just went and got me some meds pumped into me. And so I hope everything is good on the other end. But other than that, my first time in Boulder, man, where it's colder, like I like to say, and it was a great experience. I'm actually thinking about some big things coming up with Big Dog in Boulder, which I'll share with everybody probably real soon. Real soon I'll share with people. But got some things in the making right now.
Oh man, well, I love to hear that, and I mean, you
Yep.
couldn't have asked for a better weekend, man. It just seemed like everybody was there. Where
Everybody on the sideline. You're just bumping into all type of people. And for me, coming up, I came up playing a bunch of different positions, but of course, high school and college I played tight end and
Mhm.
wide receiver. slot receiver, whatever, H back, and so on. But my idols, my guys who I looked up to were big physical receivers like Michael Irvin, Keyshawn Johnson. Shannon Sharp was my tight end idol because he was a shorter tight end, but he could run and get open. And boom, right there on the sideline. And you see Stephen A. Smith next to him. You see Shannon Sharp. You see Michael Irvin. You see Cameron the rapper, who has the It Is What It Is show now. You see Lou Young. You see Destroying the YouTuber. You see all these people on the sideline coming to support Coach Prime and what he's doing. That was one of those experiences that you put in your hat and your feather and you say, I made it happen, or this really happened, and you tell people. But furthermore, I was able to get video of it. You know what I mean? Video.
Incredible.
You know what I mean? So I was able to document it and let people see it. All the followers all around the world, whoever was able to see it and able to kind of feel like they were on the sideline also.
Man, it was going back and watching the footage, man. It was an adrenaline rush, man. What was going through your mind, man, when of course, man. Of course the whole student section was probably gone from kickoff, and
Right.
when you started seeing them run on the field, and it's like, man, they don't understand that there's 1 second left. What
Yeah,
was going through your mind, man?
there was 1 second left, and I see Shador kind of go out there on the field. He's waving like this, so I'm like, Shador, come back. It's not it's not over yet. And so I'm thinking the fans probably felt the same way, and they're looking like Shador's out there on the field, so we're about to run out there. You know what I'm saying? So you see some of the fans come from behind the goal post. They're running out there. And it was just one of those surreal moments where you're like, I don't know if you guys ever been on the field where people are running out onto the field and the whole student section is out there after a win. I don't know if you guys been that, but from if I did experience, that's my first time experiencing in a long time. Feeling like you suited up again, and you see you see everybody run out on the field. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna film Shador. But the thing before that was, give it a little context. Shador said on camera, you'll see it on the video. Shador said, "What if somebody just kind of steal me out there?" And that's what kind of popped in my head was,
Yeah.
"Oh dang, I can't let that happen. Not at least, you know what I'm saying." I felt like that's my little cousin saying like, you know what I'm saying. What if somebody? And I'm like, nah, that ain't gonna happen. So, but I didn't say. I said it in my head though. So long story short, he goes out there. So I was like, I'm just gonna follow him with my camera. But man, those students hit like a tidal wave, and all of us said it, together like, "Oh snap!" And so now I'm like, "All right, forget the camera." I had another camera in my pocket too, so if you can see on Reach the People Media video, you can see me put that camera in my pocket. And I'm like, forget that. Let me just get behind Shador because I don't. What I'm thinking is because I had this happen to me in the game. I didn't want anyone to reach in and rip this man's necklace off. Let
Yeah.
alone try to hit him,
Yes.
but rip his necklace off. That's hundreds of thousands of dollars. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, let me just get behind him and kind of shield him because all you see is arms coming in. It just kind of took me back to my old them old bouncer days when you played football and you needed to make some extra money. You go around to the bar, and make some money by being a bouncer. But I just made sure I was just behind him so that Chico had the footsteps. I didn't want anyone to just reach in and try to do something crazy to him. You know what I mean? Because he was just trying to have fun at
Yeah.
the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. When Lex and I, we were sitting behind the Nebraska bench in 104, and
Okay.
that was a fun place to sit. But when when the fans started coming on, I mean, that's what we were first thinking about. We were like, ah, man, like I don't want anybody getting hurt. I don't want
Right.
Coach Prime to get knocked over, and
Well,
or
and
something
there's
like
another
that.
thing. That's another thing. I'm glad you said that because before Shador, like they were already prepping. Coach Prime's team was already prepping on how they were going to get him out of there because they got word that the students might rush the field. This is like third quarter, and no, seriously, this is like third quarter, and I hear his team say, "Hey, we're gonna, make sure Coach Prime get out of here. We're gonna all surround him a certain way, and we're gonna get out of here. And I've always thought, what if when people rush the field, what if somebody like leaves a glove or a helmet out there on the sideline? You know,
Yeah.
somebody might take that or whatever. So it was a lot of things going through my head, like, damn, what could go on? Even if Shadur's or one of the players jumping up and down and step on
Mhm.
somebody's foot and twist the ankle. You
Yeah.
know, all these little things I was just thinking about. And then boom, Shador runs out there, and I was just like, let me just get behind him and just do what I could. You know, I wasn't even thinking about, damn, rich people media might be filming right here. I wasn't thinking about that. I was just like, let me just get back here and do my thing. I know Coach Prime was well protected, as Miss E. Willa said. Oh, not
Yeah.
everybody in the chats. I appreciate you guys tuning in. This is Big Dog and Dave. We're talking Buffs right now and talking about that experience going in. David, even before, man, everything that happened out there, it was like God's plan, so to speak, because when we got there, or actually at the hotel before anything, this is early in the morning, right? While we were
Mhm.
watching Big Noon kickoff, you know, when they were about to start, I had a ride that was supposed to come and get us around that time, but you know, boom, just went right past us. That's another story. So
Oh,
we got
where
up
were you
and we was like,
staying, by the way?
I was standing in Broomfield, right?
Okay,
So that's
that's
in the
I
middle of
lived in Broomfield my first 2 years here, and then,
okay,
now I live in Westminster, just right off of Highway 36.
right, right,
So
okay,
yeah, so, yeah, just you were probably just maybe 10, 15 minutes max maybe away from me, but that's a really great
oh
area, man.
wow,
Yeah.
yeah, not too far at all. Kind of in the middle of Denver and Boulder.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I had a friend, he was staying in Denver, but he just bypassed or, you know, went on there. And then so we were like, let's get an Uber. Thinking that it was just taking it for granted, not realizing everybody is trying to get an Uber right now. So 45 minutes into the lobby of the hotel, and we are like, damn, are we gonna make it? You know? And all of a sudden, these random two white guys, like maybe 45 years old and up, uh, came and said, hey man, you guys got a ride? You know, you guys got a ride? You want to come to I know you guys want to come to the game. He was like, hell yeah. So boom, we jump in with these two guys, and they were like the perfect, like travel fans, MacGyver type fans. They were like, we don't have tickets, dude, but we're gonna get in somehow, you know? And so they got us there, dropped us off right by the stadium. We walked in, and everything pretty much went from there, man. We got there right in time. I walked down the field right
Yeah.
through 104, I think, right through your section. So I probably
Yeah.
passed right by you. And because the 101 was to my left, that's Nebraska. That's the whole
Mhm.
Nebraska area.
Yeah.
So I walked down there, and it was like I walked right into Shador warming up. And I was like, oh, no need to wait to start filming. Let's go. And bam,
Um
man. So,
Oh, that is so crazy, man. Yeah, when we headed out there, we must have left maybe around 7:30, and man, like I
mm,
was trying to get parking on campus, um, and I was like, man, I know I'm cutting it close. Man, we got to campus. I was right down why can't I even remember the street? Broadway. That's
whatever it was,
kind
it
of
was
the
packed.
opposite side of campus from where Folsom's at. I was trying to park over there. And man, I
Right.
waited in line for like 15, 20 minutes. And dude, when I get up there, they tell us the person in front of you that I let in, they
That's
got
the
the
last
last
one.
spot. I was like, no. It's like you got to be freaking kidding me. So had
Damn.
to had to park off campus and walk a little way. So I missed like hitting up the tailgates that I wanted to get to and all that. But we still got
Man.
there to see Ralphie run and everything like
Okay.
that. And
Yep.
that's what I cared about. How to feel. I mean, you're right up there by Ralphie.
Yeah.
Was it cool seeing her?
Awesome. And almost got ran over by the flag guy who was running down the field. I didn't see him. He came out of nowhere like a greased lightning, just pew. And at the last second I saw him, I stepped out of the way, and he was doing like this. I don't know whether it was for me or somebody behind me, but I got out of the way just in time. We were able to see Rafi. She ran out and right in front of us, so that was some good footage I got. First time experiencing that. Well, they say the greatest tradition in college football, right there with her running out. So, man, to be on the field right there at the 20-yard line when she ran out, another great moment that I guess is on YouTube now, so it'll live forever.
Yeah, yeah, man. I
Yep.
love watching it, man. I was watching it again earlier today, man. It was great stuff. And I don't know if you knew this, the handlers. Handlers are on scholarship too.
You know what?
Which
I
is
heard
pretty
them
cool.
announcing their name, like the starting lineup. They're
Yeah,
like, 5th-year senior, such and such, left handler. I'm like, damn.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
man.
that's nice. That's nice. And all of
It's a
them run
big
like a
deal.
4.5 too, at least in
Yeah,
boots,
yeah,
and jeans, Wrangler jeans. Shouts out to
yeah.
Wrangler.
It's impressive. It's a wonderful tradition. And here, for the Rocky Mountain Showdown that we got going on, um, Colorado State will bring they will bring Cam the Ram. And last
Huh.
time we had the Rocky Mountain Showdown, like 4 years ago, fun fact, uh,
Uh-huh.
Cam the Ram died the week of the game. So it was just Ralphie out there running, which was hilarious. Of course, us
Cam the
CU fans,
Ram died every.
yeah,
Man, that's crazy.
yeah, he died. So they got a new Cam the Ram. I don't really know how long Rams live, but they got a new one now. So I think we'll see Cam the Ram on campus this time, which should be
Yeah.
uh, pretty entertaining. But man, I love the fact that you got on the field. Was there anybody that you were surprised to meet or run into?
Surprised. Let me see. I don't know if I would say surprised. I would just say, oh, I would say surprised. And that would be, you guys might not think, might be someone no one might think of, but it would be, I call her the boss lady. That's Miss Constance Swartz Marini, who is the business partner. They just had an article on her in one of these magazines I saw floating around. But um, Miss Marini, she is like a go getter, man. She is a major move maker. She worked with some of my favorites, Snoop Dogg. She worked with. I heard the story of Dion, Coach Prime, how he basically requested her and saw what Snoop was doing with his league and said, "Man, who is that helping you do that, dog?" And he said, "Hey, is my business partner, Miss Constance," and they got together from there. And you see how Coach Prime has really elevated with his business wise, even since her. So I would say she is Miss Constance is was the one that was surprised. I got her to say give a shout out on camera and say Big Dog Chico. So maybe it'll just be in her mind. Who is that Big Dog Chico guy? Maybe I need to sign him now. You know what I mean?
That's
But yeah. So she was one that I was really surprised to be able to see. From there though, anybody else, all the celebrities who was there, I was able to see Destroying once again
that's so cool,
on
man.
the sideline. I saw him out here in Hawaii before. So man, everybody, it was just what an atmosphere, man.
It,
If you were was a recruit there at that time, and you're not like, dog, I got to come to Colorado, then I don't know what you're thinking about. It's not too many other places in the country where you're gonna. It's not anywhere in the country where you're gonna have an atmosphere like that, plus the attention.
yeah.
And we can talk about that in a minute too. The attention that they're getting, you're going to have ESPN and Fox at this game coming up. The first time that that's happened before, you're going to have Pat McAfee there. You're going to have Stephen A. Smith shows there. First Take. It's like setting up like Boulder, Colorado is the spot. Which it is. It's the center of college football right now. Which leads me to even say, as of right now, I'm looking to, at least for the season time, relocate to Boulder, Colorado right now. Straight up.
Lord,
So
let it
me
be.
and you, we're looking to do some things live shows. Shouts out to Pasta J's, the Sink, all the restaurants down there that we're
Yes.
looking to partner with and do some things with. Shouts out to my girl Taylor J. And everybody who's in Boulder area that's just looking out and reaching out. Shouts out to my boy Spencer also. Everybody out there, man. We looking to come to Boulder for real. You know what I mean? And not waste no time with it because it's here right now and we're gonna strike while the iron is hot.
Oh man.
Straight up.
I love to hear that, man. I got chills even just thinking about that and hearing that,
For
man,
real.
for real. And I think JP's bringing up a good point here. I was tweeting about this earlier on this week, man. It's Boulder is the epicenter of
Football.
college football. For those who have been saying, they're like, Coach Prime has to go to the SEC. He has to go somewhere to be successful. The last 20 years, the epicenter of college football has been in the state of Alabama, and you're telling me it can't be Boulder, Colorado?
It's been in the
Please.
state of Alabama for real, Tuscaloosa, and right now they're doing this as Colorado is doing this. You know what I'm saying? So it's perfect timing. Like Shadur's song is, it's perfect timing. So, if Colorado can continue doing what they're doing, man, and go on a run, like I predicted them to go on. I predicted it a 3-0. So right now I'm not surprised. Of course, we got to get to this third one, but as we segue into that, they've made it personal now. Like Coach Prime said, it was just going to be another game. It was just going to be another cross-state rivalry. It was just going to be go out there and play some good football, dog. But now they made it personal again.
What is it, man? What is going through these guys' mind? That's what I'm trying to understand. And why? Why would you be talking about someone's upbringing when they're clearly, I mean, even if you're just looking at what Coach Prime has accomplished, I mean, Jay Norvell doesn't even sniff that, man. I do not understand it, man.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
can't hold his jock. And the crazy thing is, Coach Prime just said something about this. I think it was in the pregame for the last game where he said, if somebody talk about your kids, dog, it's personal. Somebody talk about your girl, dog, it's personal. And he could have added in there, somebody talk about your mama, dog, it's personal. And that's what Norvell did, talking about the way his mama raised him. And of course, you're going to take that. Oh, you're trying to say that my mama didn't raise me the right way then, dog. Okay.
Yes.
Well, now it's personal. All right. You going to talk about Mama Sanders like that? Well, okay. It's personal because now we're going to beat the brakes up off you. You know what I mean? And why are you talking and you're not the one suiting up like that? You put
If
in
I was
another
a Ram, dude, I would be so pissed.
Yeah. Y'all should be calling for that man job after he gets smacked again. After they just gave up 50 points. He gets smacked again this game. Coach Prime said nothing but nice things about it. It's almost like Coach Prime be setting them up too, dog. He be setting them up to where, dog, all I said was nice things about you. I said, I don't know the man personally, but he's a great coach. He got his team ready to go. You know what I'm saying? He seemed like he's doing a great job. This man said nothing but good things about you, dog. And you go out of your way and swing a left-handed, eyes closed haymaker for what?
That's what I'm trying to figure out, man. That's what I'm trying to figure out, man. I don't get it, man, because I was saying earlier today, I've been wondering, all right, like, should I bet the spread? Should I not bet the spread? Yada, yada,
What's the
yada.
spread right now? What's the spread?
It got bumped up to 24. So I had a bet on I think it was 21.5 earlier this week. Just a little bit of money for fun and all that.
Me knowing Coach Prime, I'm not a betting man, probably because I'm not able to, because the states that I've lived in just happen to be non-betting states. And but
well, we gotta plan a trip to Blackhawk Casino, man. That's got to be on the docket, just outside of
I'm with it. I can play some I'll bet on Black 21, just like Coach Prime all the time. And I just happen to do that anyway. On what is it called? Roulette. So long story short, shouts out to everybody out there in the chats too before we even go any farther. Now Rob the Man Media, Mac ENT, A Tate, Shirlita Plummer, who we got, Legal Hustle King right there, Red Edwards,
got a super
Tom
chat
Rose,
from Carpet Chat Tech.
Oh yeah, super chat from Carpet Tech. Oh, now run them lights up, he said. Appreciate it. Yes, sir. So where you say we going next day? What were you saying? What were we saying next now?
Oh, I was just saying, man, because I've been wondering, all right, like, if this game's over in like the second quarter, the backups come in, what is the end total actually going to look like, man? But now, no, I mean, I want Shador to break his own single game passing record with the school now, going into the CU game. I mean, 510 yards, you could break it, continue to put up those Heisman worthy numbers. I would love to see it, but man, I want to see us dominate. I want to see it be a show, man, the whole entire time. That's what I really want to see. What about you?
Well, well, we heard Coach Prime say that Bucky came up to him at the end of last game and said, you know, Shador has what 394 yards. He only needs 6 more yards to get 400. But he at that point he was already pulled out of the game. So I think this game is going to be one of those where Coach Prime is looking to beat the brakes off of him. Like I said, send him back home. Beat him like my auntie used to say, beat him to sleep. You know, and send them back home crying with their tail tucked. 21 points, he's gonna say is not enough. He want to go at least 31. I would say this, knowing Coach Prime, he wants to go 30 plus points blowout, right? He
Mm-hmm.
wants Shador Sanders to put up those Heisman numbers. It is no secret to this. If your kid can do it, then boom, let's do it. Someone says 650 this week. I wouldn't be surprised, dog. I wouldn't be surprised if the offensive line held up and protected Shador Sanders like security guards and like the Secret Service. I wouldn't be surprised if Shador was able to throw darts all the way down the field. I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Prime wouldn't go to Coach Sean Lewis and say, "Hey, man, get you a coaching, get you a head coaching job off this game right here, dog." I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about go all out. You know, I don't want you to
Mm-hmm.
leave this year. I don't want you to leave next year. You know, stay watch the doors here, but get you a job right now. Make this your signature game. Call these, all verticals. Let's blow these boys out the water
Yes.
from
Let's
the first quarter.
I need to double check myself on this, big dog. So, maybe I should run in and look up the specifics of this, of just how many single game school records we could probably break this Saturday, which would be a lot of fun. But I believe the single game touchdown record for the school is 6. I want to say 6.
I was
I think
who did
Shador could
probably
totally beat that.
Haggins or
So,
enemy I would bet on, or even Cordell Stewart or Rashawn Salam. One of those guys probably got that record. But 6 total touchdowns, I think he's going to get that multiple times this year. This might be one of those games because you saw last game he could run forward. He could definitely pass forward. These guys are extra hungry out there. Xavier Weaver, his stock is only rising right.
oh, cut out real quick, big dog.
All right, I think I did that by mistake.
You're back.
All right. But that wide receiver group is hungry. Xavier Weaver over 100 yards, back-to-back games. And you have those guys in the Williams just waiting. You see Chick Dawson, Travaris Dawson, go off last game with what he had a couple touchdowns, one rushing and one receiving. So they have a lot of guys who can really ball out there at wide receiver. We haven't really even seen Javon Antonio get off. Fast Willie Gaines get off. Travis Hunter didn't even have a huge game last game, but they just have so many weapons, man. Mikey Harrison, I think, is still a sleeping giant at that tight end position. So 6 touchdowns from Shador. I think he's going to get that multiple times this year. I said it already. Listen to it. I've said it. Put it in the chats. Let me know what y'all think. Shador Sanders, multiple times this year, he's going to throw for 6. He's going to have 6 total touchdowns, one way or another. Whether it's 4 passing and 2 rushing, however you want to put it together, he'll do it a couple times this year.
Man, facts. I totally agree. J-Dog coming in here with the correction here. 7 TDs. Our quarterback, Sefo Ufau, and it was probably set in 2016 when we won the Pac-12 South. 7 TDs, man. I think Shador can definitely get 8, man. I think he totally
7 TDs. That's a good job by Sefo who had that. But playing in this Pac-12, this type of offense that Sean Lewis has, I think that's going to be definitely reachable for Shador. And we're just going to keep watching, keep rooting for him. I think it's definitely a Heisman loading type season for him. And rushing, passing, the yards, the completion percentage, the leadership. You see that L on his shoulder, on his chest. He's leading a former 1-11 team to already 2 wins, possibly 3, going into Oregon, ready to ball out, looking for that upset, which I'm like, it's coming.
Yeah. I'm all about it, especially with Oregon's start right now. I'm feeling a lot better, about that matchup from what we've seen from this team. And Coach Prime talked about it earlier this week. This team is getting wins, but it's nowhere near operating at the level of potential that they have.
Right.
And hopefully we're going to be hitting our peak come the start of conference play. That's my hope. I want to highlight a quick super chat we got from Jay Brown. Thank you
Oh,
so
now Jay
much.
Brown,
Says, go bus from Brooklyn, New York. Let's go. Can't wait
BK.
for Alton to get on, man. Yeah. What
Shouts out
what are
to
your
Alto
thoughts right now in the running
McCaskill.
back room?
Shouts out to Alto McCaskill. I was able to run into him outside the facilities on Friday. Him and his mom, riding in the car together. So shouts out to them. They showed some love. Alto said he was ready. He's ready to play right now. Is what he said. I'm ready to play right now. But I told him, I said, hey man, this coming from me. Hold your horses. We don't need you right now. Hold your horses. If we can see you week 4, week 5, then that's going to be, that's great. That's where we want you at. Get healthy, do what you got to do, and just. I mean, I know you're already healthy, but just get that reassurance. You know what I mean about yourself to where you're not even thinking about that knee, and go from there. I think he'll be ready. Oregon game or USC game at the latest. I think we'll see Alto McCaskill in that backfield. As far as for the other running backs, Big Bank Hank looking good back there. Anthony Hankerson looking good. Sy'veon Wilkinson doing his thing, of course. Dylan Edwards, a weapon out of the backfield, receiving and running, hitting those lanes. So shout out to Smoke. I think he had a little miscommunication last game on special teams and such. So who knows how it's going to work out for this game from him, but he's hungry. He's ready to go back there. So all of those backs are in the position to really shine when they get the chance to.
Man, yeah,
Oh, now from
absolutely.
Brooklyn, Cameron Fairchild said Caleb Williams had 49 points at halftime last week. Yeah, he did. And that's a matchup. That's the one I'm really, really looking at. I don't want to look ahead, but that's the one I'm really, really looking at. That's going to have everybody watching, and it's going to be a showdown, especially if we can get that upset over Oregon.
Oh man, yeah. I feel like, you're already seeing the tickets for this CSU game go through the roof. Yeah,
Easy.
USC is going to be a show. I'm hoping. You think Snoop Dogg shows up? Who
Man,
you
I
know
think
who else shows up?
I was hoping for the Boss Dog last game, but
Yeah,
definitely I see Snoop Dogg showing up, whether it's UCLA game in LA or coming to that USC game, because he's a longtime
yeah.
USC fan. So we've seen him show up plenty of times for them. It'll be funny to see what sideline he'll be on, knowing that him and Coach Prime is like this, and he's a USC fan. So uh, that'll be interesting to see. What do y'all think? What sideline would Coach or would Snoop Dogg be on for the USC Colorado game? That's a good question. We need to put in
Uh,
the poll right there.
Well, he better be a smart man and have that black and gold on, man. If he's going to come up
Right?
in Boulder and get this thing going. Uh,
Exactly.
but man, we only got 1 year where Snoop has to kind of split his allegiances. USC will be off to the Big Ten. We'll be in the Big 12.
Right.
You
Right.
know, all that. It's going to be good, but. Man, let's talk a little bit about recruiting right now. I mean, since we've last connected, there's been so much news about the type of recruit now that is starting to look at the program now that we got some wins on the board. Everybody's talking about Colorado. Still blowing my mind, man. It still feels like a dream every day.
Right.
What are you excited about right now with what you've seen and what you've heard in terms of what's going on in the recruiting world?
Well, I don't know all of the recruits, but I saw some recruits there. Guys who I knew were recruits. Younger guys. You could tell they were with their families. You could tell, that they got the recruit around their neck or whatever. But
Mhm.
man, good looking athletes were there, and there was a bunch of them were there at this game. And like I said, if they saw what I saw and experienced what I experienced, then they should be looking to say, "Hey, man, I'm coming to Boulder, Colorado, and get busy." Because the opportunity is there, especially for some big guys up the middle.
Mhm.
On the offensive and defensive line. not saying that we don't have anything, but because the ones we have now they're going to take us to where we need to go this year. I'm just talking about the
Yeah.
replenishing because a lot of those guys are graduates and seniors and 1 year guys, one and done. So it's going to take some of these guys to come in and really, really I'm reading these comments and really, really
Yeah.
replenish those lines. I want to say something here too. So a lot of people talking about everything that's going on. I got right in front of me now. Friday, September 15th, you're gonna have First Take there, the Pat McAfee show there, College Football Live there, and Sports Center there. What? All in one spot with Lil Wayne performing, Gronk having a pregame what is that? A pregame party or whatever. This is
Yeah.
crazy. The national exposure, international exposure coming from this is crazy. I saw a flyer that said 15, almost 16 million viewers through 2 games, 8.73 million viewers versus Nebraska, 106% stadium capacity. That's over full. That's past full. And just Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook growth has been out the roof, through the roof. So who wouldn't want this exposure? I'm not talking about going anywhere else. If Colorado called me, I'm there.
Dude, absolutely. And man, I just think it's so cool because it's not like, I mean, this is that's an awesome ad.
That's
Hey,
crazy.
and man, it is just so cool to see everybody showing up. It's not the biggest or like the slate of games this week isn't the biggest for
Mhm.
college football. It's probably the weakest like overall for all of college football this week. But I think it's cool. Everybody's like, all right, we don't have a ton of games to cover, so let's just all go to Boulder and enjoy the party, the show that's going on.
Man,
I don't feel like, I mean, correct me if you remember something different in your lifetime, but I cannot remember where all the news stations, all the broadcasts, they've all wanted to be in the same spot. And it's not even to watch both teams, it's just to watch the home team.
right, right, and that's crazy. Is what the Super Bowl or something? Where everybody is there. Some BET Awards in Boulder, Colorado, for real. The sideline going to be crazy this weekend. No, I won't be there this weekend. I'm going to call it from home. I'm going to stay right here because that travel is hectic. The next game I might be at is going to be the Arizona State game. Definitely, I have,
Okay.
which is going to be in Phoenix. So that's a direct flight for me. Um, UCLA is a big possibility. I was looking at Oregon too because that could be a direct flight. So it's going to be
Oh,
some road games for me. If I do come back, or not if I do, but when I come back to Boulder, I can't wait for the snow games. Is what I'm looking forward to. The snow games and everything after that. The afterlife after the games too. Be on the lookout for that and what we'll be doing. So that's going to be coming soon. If you're in Boulder, Colorado, during any of these home games, be ready. Whether I'm at the game or not, after the game is going to be impacted. You know what I mean? You'll see.
man, let's go. Man, you got me pumped up. This super chat's got me pumped up. Thank you so much, Miss Joanna Williams,
Miss
for the
Williams.
$10. Very kind of you.
Yes,
Thank you.
indeed.
And man, I wanted to hit on this
Let's
really
do it.
quick. This is a tangent, but Hank Williams Jr. brings this up. What is up with Yellowstone canceling an episode that Coach Prime was supposed to be riding a white horse on? Man, what is up with that? They got to get that going again. They got to get that going again. I don't know if you saw that in one of the well-off videos, but he was telling the special teams groups that his episode, his cameo, got canceled. How can you cancel Coach
No,
Prime?
I missed that one. I got to go back and check that. But he was riding a white horse.
He
I
was,
can see
yeah, they were
how.
going to put him on a white horse, and then they all started making fun of him, saying that they wanted to see him in chaps and all that.
I wonder what was the thing behind that. I'm not sure. I didn't see that, but that would be funny. They probably. Why would they cancel anything? Why would you cancel anything with Coach Prime right now? Man, you better show what you got, show whatever it is that you have, and put it out there. That's what I say.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and man, Miss Aaron has
Do the shit door,
yes, we
Miss
need
E
the money
Willow.
time. Yes. We need them saying what time it is. We need, I want to see more of this Rick Ross package that Coach Prime's been talking about, with Bishop Thomas and
Oh
Shane
yeah,
Coach
yeah,
on
yeah,
there,
yeah.
man.
Didn't even think about that, and then it's crazy because Rick Ross did comment after that because he probably heard Coach Prime say that he has a package with the big boys called Rick Ross, huh? Huh? Big Boss Ross. So they have that package, and Rick Ross probably heard that. He tuned into the game, and then he sees Shador Sanders do this with the rollie in front of his face, in front of the player's face. Man, he had to respond. So that was big time from Rick Ross. Another celeb endorsement. He was at Jackson State for a game last year with Coach Prime. You know what I mean? Jersey in this thing. Shout out to Cy Charles Thomas tapping in. Oh, now. And everybody else that's tapping in too. I appreciate it. DJ Khaled coming. Hank Williams Jr. said.
Man,
Dang, I might need to get back. I might need to go back with all the people coming through now.
man, we got a ton of people,
Goodness
man.
gracious.
Um,
I,
do you
I
think
was I was at the
the
game
big
also.
fella?
No, I was gonna say I was
Do
at
you
the
think
game also. I saw two workers pass by and say, "Hey man, I think LeBron's here." I was like, "What? Where the hell LeBron at?" But I
he
think they were
better
just
show up for that USC game, man? I got tickets to that
yeah.
one. I'm really looking forward to that. And
Right.
but man, back to the Rick Ross formation. You think Bishop Thomas gets a touchdown this week against Colorado State? I mean,
Good question.
man, I
Good,
want to see the big fella get one, man.
and he has those hands too, as we've seen him, get his hands on the ball, on the ball's paws. He got his hand on the
Mhm.
ball a few times from that defensive tackle position. So I can see him running, and especially with the defense knowing that he already blew up the linebacker at TCU. I can see them probably
Mhm.
running another one of those power sets. If that doesn't work, boom, run the same type of formation, but slipping him out in those flats and tossing the ball to him, letting him get a catch right there, get him a touchdown, let him go crazy in the end zone, Big Bishop Thomas. So definitely now to Miss Kamani McLean. I see in the chat somebody said something about Kamani, and just so happened in my chat, shouts out to Miss Kamani McLean mom.
Aw.
She just hit me up and saying, good to meet you, thank you. Because I ran into her in the stands, her and the family. So much love to them. Everybody's asking why Kamani didn't dress out. I'll give you my reason. I didn't ask why, whatever, but I would say this. He's a young fella. He didn't play the first game. He's a cover cornerback, right?
Mhm.
We're playing Nebraska. What are they coming in here to do? Nothing but run the ball.
Yeah.
Instead of having my young fella dress out and knowing that he's not going to play much and out there trying to be a run defender, hey man, don't dress out, especially if you have a little nick or a bruise or whatever. Don't dress out. Just come out there with your jersey on, relax, so
Yep.
that people won't be wondering why are you not playing. Now they know that he's not going to play the whole game, or he's not going to play at all because he's not even dressed. So I think that was a good thing on him. His mom and his family was in the stands showing love as if he was out there on the field.
Oh, I
So
love
that
that.
was awesome to see. And their spirits were high. You know what I mean? So a lot of people wondering what. Nah, Coach Prime is going to have this guy ready, and he's going to be ready to shine. He's going to be polished and ready to shine once he get out there on the field. For
Facts,
real.
man. I love to hear that, and yeah, man, we still don't have the full squad. We got Travis J and Brandon Gant coming back too. By the time we hit conference play, man, there's going to be some different wrinkles, some different looks that Oregon USC they're not going to have on film right now. Take a look, fully scout this team, and that's what gets me pumped.
Right. I think so too. I think so too, Dave. Because with Travis J coming back, giving them more flexibility, more versatility. Same thing with B Gant, or B is it Grant. I'm tripping. Got a mind for it right
Brandon
now.
Gant,
B
yeah,
Grant.
you're
Yeah,
good,
B
man.
Grant right now. And all of those safeties back there, we really haven't seen Rod Ward on defense like I
Yeah.
thought we would.
Hmm.
So man, just a lot of talent. We saw Vito Tisdale from Kentucky. We saw him get some reps at practice. Coach Kelly put him in on a second unit. He's a rangy safety who can really play. Man, just so much talent and versatility, especially in the defensive backfield for Colorado, that Coach Kelly can really be creative, especially with the guys he has coming along now. Like they said, a lot of that Louis luggage is not even on the field yet, but they're
Hmm.
coming.
Hmm. And yeah, man, I think that's like what's made this team so fun to watch is that we're starting with kind of a baseline, and we know it's only getting better from here. And when I was talking earlier with Bird's Eye View today, he was saying, I'm really
Oh,
hoping
now
that
bird's eye view.
yeah, he came on earlier today, and he was talking about how he just wants to see a complete game. I think the defense is going to continue to show strides and improve. I think we're going to improve, with the run game. But it's not a bad thing, man, when you're putting the ball in the hands, relying on your Heisman quarterback, to do his thing. But of
Right.
course, the run game helps with that, man. But man, I want to hear from you, Big Dog. Um, have you ever experienced more fun of a college football season than what we're experiencing right now? I
Nah,
haven't
this
had
is
this much
crazy.
fun ever, man.
Nah, this is crazy, man. And I think, everybody's joining in around the world, especially if they keep winning or just putting on a show. Everybody's, like I said, everybody's tuning in. Everybody want to come. There was over 800 credentials passed out for that game. Media credentials passed out for that game. That's insane. I think their highest number in history was like 600 or something. I heard someone say. Um, so no, it's nothing built up around anything like this. And like I said, we saw that Jackson State. It was on a smaller level, so to speak, but
Mhm.
technically it wasn't because they got 60,000 down
That's
there in
crazy.
Jackson to come to the games. They had celebrities come to the game too. Rick Ross and them coming to the
Yeah.
game. But now it's just on a whole nother level because they have even more resources. Um, People have seen it proven at Jackson, and they're like, damn, I'm not going to miss this one. I can always say I was at Coach Prime's first home game in Power Five football, in
Mhm.
Colorado. I was there. And everybody else who's coming to these games, they're looking to do that too. They're looking to say, hey, I was at a Coach Prime coach game. I was at Colorado. Everybody wants to get some Colorado merch. You got people
Mhm.
making songs about Colorado. Oh, now to Country Tone. You got people mentioning Colorado. You got whole sports shows on all these different platforms. Their main thing they're talking about is Coach Prime in Colorado. This is crazy.
It,
This is crazy.
it, it's unbelievable, man. At this point last year, nobody would be caught dead wearing black and gold out here, man. And that's what's so
I
crazy,
will
man.
say this, and I shouted out Pasta J's earlier, which is
Yes.
a prominent restaurant there.
Mhm.
Walked into there and you see, look to my left, I see Cordell Stewart sitting down having what was it, lunch or dinner, whatever it was. It was
Mhm.
dinner, early dinner, with his brother. I look behind him. There's Swervin, who I call Swervin Urban Meyer, back there chilling with his family, having a couple drinks or whatever. So Urban Meyer, Cordell Stewart sitting right there in Pasta J's, and it was packed out there. Every restaurant was packed. Everywhere you walked, you saw CU stuff. This is Friday and Saturday after the game. So that's a real. If you guys haven't been there, you guys need to get there
Yeah.
ASAP. Oh now, Jonas
Yeah.
Little, everybody in the chat. Oh now,
I know. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to do my best to keep up with the comments, but we might need an admin in here at some point, man.
yeah. Shouts out to all the
Bring-
moderators.
yeah,
I don't know if we seeing the same chats or not, but shouts out to the moderators on my end. I see them catching some of the the comments that's coming through. I appreciate it. You guys got any questions? Go ahead and get them in now.
yeah,
David will
definitely.
highlight them.
I could probably go. I know we didn't even talk about how long we're going to talk to you today. I can probably go till the top of the hour, and then if you
Yeah,
want to
let's do
keep
that.
talking, man, I can just leave you, the stream for
No, we
yourself.
can
But
we can go to the top of the hour where we got like 7 minutes left, guys. We got 7 minutes left. Get your questions in real quick. This is just the first one that you'll see of our faces together. David's pretty face is my ugly face. This is one of the first ones you'll see together.
and I promise I'll get the times right moving forward. You know,
Oh yeah. It's
yeah,
all good.
yeah.
We got to get the time. What are we? 4 hours behind? I'm
It's
4
4
hours behind
hours,
you guys.
that's what it is,
Okay,
man,
it's
and,
4 hours. All right.
it's
So we,
4
we
hours.
got that straight now, guys. We're 4 hours behind as far as I am, and we're putting this together, even though we're on different time frames.
But
Jamila said not swerving urban.
soon enough,
Who
man,
else?
you'll be in that mountain time zone, man. That's
For real.
that's the most ideal time zone, especially if you're watching other sports, man. The NFL games start at 11 and 2:30. Prime time starts at like 6 o'clock, 6:20, man.
Right,
So
right.
it's
It's
it's a
perfect.
great time zone, man.
Yeah.
I love living out here,
Only
man.
thing I need to get used to is that cold air. Man, that cold air hit me like a Mike Tyson gut shot when I when I got there. And I realized, man, I haven't felt that cold air in about what, at least 3 or 4 years.
Oh,
Just been out here at least 3 or 4 years. Even when I went back, I haven't. It was summertime, so man, I get used to that. I get over the sickness. You know what I mean? I'll be fine. I can't wait to get back out there though. It's coming. Am I coming to the Colorado State game? No, I won't be at the Colorado State game. I won't be at that. I was this close, but I said, nah, I gotta get back right. I feel like I don't feel great right now. So I think it's that travel got to me. So I'm gonna come to one of the next ones. Big Dog Chico, what is wrong with these people? Keep poking the bear, man. They keep poking the buff. Like Jimmy said, you know what happened to the last security guard, right? That was funny to hear Jimmy say that. I don't know if Coach Prime knew right off what he was talking about, but when he said, you saw what happened to the last security guard, referencing next Friday or one of those Fridays, uh, when Day said that. But point is, you saw what happened to the last team that was being disrespectful. They got their butt kicked, and all you had to do was be quiet. All you had to do was
yes.
be respectful. All you had to do was you could have said pass. Next question.
Mhm.
I'm not talking about Coach Prime. You know what I mean? And that would have been a lot better than my mama said. If I talk to grown folks, I'm gonna take my hat off and my shades off. That's how my mama taught me. Yeah, that make you make the ugly face. Like I know Coach Prime, just like he said, I was watching film, dog, trying to get ready to be do the best job I could do out here at practice. And I hear somebody talking that bull junk.
You know what my theory is, man? Maybe it might be one of those things where everybody wants to touch the stoves themselves to see if it really is hot, to see if
There
they're
you go.
really going to get burned, to see, if what it feels like, to be alive. Maybe people just want to bend over and take these spankings and feel it, for themselves, man. Maybe that's really just it. People just want to feel alive, whether it's
Yeah.
it's better getting it a little rough than just having an easy win where we're packing it up come halftime, man. But they just want it rough, man. So we're,
Want it
we're gonna
rough.
give the people what they want.
Exactly. And Coach Prime is not shy about that. If you guys don't know, he's not shy about that. We saw his little mishaps. And dang, this goes all the way back to Alabama State and Coach, what's his name? Coach Eddie Robinson, man. Everybody always poking at Coach Prime. Y'all better leave this man alone, dog. Y'all wouldn't do that on the football field. And now y'all doing it, in the coaching field as if he ain't got no dogs out there that's gonna go get you. What are y'all thinking? I'm gonna tell you right now, from now on for the rest of the season, it's kind of like gonna tell how smart head coaches are. If they come up talking about Coach Prime, let's just let you know that's a dumb head coach. He probably need to be out of this position. And because that's one thing I wouldn't do, man. I don't care if you're Oregon or USC. Don't give him any bulletin board material. Don't give him any more motivation than he already has. He said he woke up motivated anyway, and now you're gonna give him ammunition. That don't make
It's
sense to
over,
me.
man. It's
It's over.
over.
It's over.
Correct me if I pronounce your name wrong, but Salu asked, did Lincoln Riley talk ish? I don't know, but if I'm a betting man, I bet he's gonna say something that he probably regrets, because it seems like that's kind of a weekly theme right now with what we got going on with our opponents. Do you know something I don't know? Are we still waiting to hear something from Lincoln Riley, or do we already have?
Nah, I haven't seen anything from Link Dog, but maybe he just you see how this one happened. This didn't happen till Thursday. Somebody come out and say something dumb. So we'll give it up to to game time or however long it takes for them to come out and say something dumb. Thursday before the game, that'll be perfect. Go ahead. So go
Countdown
ahead,
time, and we'll
let
make
her
some
rip.
stuff up, man.
Let her rip.
We'll
So
have plenty of receipts from these USC fans, though. I know on Twitter.
oh
I
yeah,
don't think we'll need to be making up anything. And definitely, once conference play comes back, Vegas is going to be hating again. We're going to have all the experts coming in to doubt this team because it's like, oh, who have they faced? Da, 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 da.
right.
It's going to be back to TCU yet again, man. And
Exactly. So I'm not worried about that. I don't think Coach Prime and them are worried about that either. They're looking to do what they do in the best way possible. I saw someone said they haven't even put together a complete game yet, which is another thing. If they can put together a complete game, whether it's this game or whenever it is, their complete game, I think their ceiling complete game is, a lot of points, higher than probably anybody else's ceiling in the conference. I think they can put up as many points or more than anybody else in the conference as far as maximum if they just play their best game, you know, days to
hmm
come.
hmm
Is Weaver outshining Jimmy just like he did at USF, or is it Weaver hungrier than Jimmy? Um, I wouldn't say outshining. It's roles you play in football.
yeah,
Jimmy is that slot receiver. Weaver is that outside receiver. Technically, I think Weaver might be on the field a little bit more than Jimmy.
yeah.
Weaver is that that number one A receiver on the outside. He's going to get those matchups. He's going to get those looks. If he can
The
get
red
open,
zone targets. Yeah.
he's going to get the balls. Yeah. So on that red zone score that he had, all of that is want to. All of that is understanding the route that he had. I went back and looked at that and I saw it live also. I was right there by the goalpost. As he ran that crossing route, he kept going, working through that zone defense, working through the defense, and got open. Shador rolled out and found him at the last minute and threw a dart right there in his chest. That's what it's about. You got to continue to work to get open. Not saying anybody else isn't, but Weaver is doing a good job of that. And being that 1A receiver out there at that X position, then or either X or Z position, however they have it set up,
Mhm.
he's going to get a lot of targets, especially if he can get open. And Shador is going to find him.
Yeah, yeah, Eli says it here perfectly. Shador throws to who is ever open, and
Yep.
these guys are not covering Xavier, probably because they're so worried about some of these other guys that we have out there. Uh,
Exactly. So let them pick their poison, man. Because if they try to stop Xavier, then good luck stopping Jimmy and Travis and whoever else on the outside, Dawson or Javon Antonio, or who's ever in that rotation. Shouts out to Amarion Miller, who can really
mhm.
ball out too. He's going to get a chance soon. Adam Hopkins and so on. So a deep receiving core that they have at Colorado. So
No doubt, no doubt. Big dog, I'm sorry, I got to be wrapping up
no, we
right
at the
now.
top of the hour. No worry, we
I
at the
know.
top of the hour, guys. Dave's gonna get up out of here. I'm gonna ride out too. So I want you guys to get in the chat.
Mhm.
Let us know what y'all got going on. Let me know where y'all listening in from. Any questions you have, we'll make sure we get to those in the next show. Look for us together a lot more, at least once a week. If we can make it happen more than that, we will. But you'll see us at least once a week talking about the past week and the upcoming week and anything else in between Buff Football and Coach Prime. All right.
Mhm. That's
Yes,
a
indeed.
fact.
Appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate you guys checking in. David, go ahead, give your last words, sir.
Man, I just want to give love to everybody. Thanks for having fun with us, man. This stuff should be fun. So many people that come on here and try to do all this media stuff, they're just so serious. Nah, man, have fun, enjoy it. You guys
All
make
right.
this fun. Hit that bell notification for both Big Dog and myself. Because we're going to be having a lot of fun together throughout the season. So I appreciate you guys. Don't forget, it sucks to be a CSU Ram, and Sco Buffs.
Let's get it. You already know what to do, man. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, all the other good stuff. We up and about this thing. Peace in the Middle East. Yeah.